Hello, it's me. We're with Mr. H.
Once again. Also, what I'd like to get is your thoughts on internet radio. I don't mean the like a live stream of National Radio 1 or anything like that, but these internet radio stations that are set up by one or two groups of friends, some disparagingly term them as vanity radio. Before I get your thoughts, I have listened to these sorts of stations recently while I've been away, because as I've said in the previous video, I don't speak German, so there's no point in me listening to, Bundesliga 1 or something like that. So what's your actual thoughts on them? Do you think anybody really listens to them on average, or is it just people like myself just tune in for a little bit and then drop off?
Well, I think like us, we have a small audience, if we're being honest, and we're happy with that. We do what we do and we don't expect anything more. And if you're happy with just playing to a small audience and doing what you're doing, like Stephen Baloo, who I know, hello Mr. Baloo, there's a show called Kit and Kong where he plays like a few obscure tracks here and there and just decent music in general. Now he only has a small audience, but he enjoys what he does and he does it.
Yeah.
It's if you have that kind of have an internet radio show and then all of a sudden you think you're fucking Nick Grimshaw of Radio 1. That's when you start running into problems, and it's like anything else. If you've no money behind you, you can never get from down there to up there unless you're very lucky or fortunate. But the number of internet radio shows that there are now has got to be they're fucking astronomical. There's the world and his mother is at it. You know what I mean? We did one. I did one last year. I enjoyed it. You don't expect nothing come of it, But it's one of them, isn't it? What's your thoughts on it all?
Well, I just think at the end of the day, you've got a group. You see it as well when they try and mimic an actual radio station. They put the jingles in, and they always say things like this. We're offering something exciting and new. No, you're not. It's the same old thing. If you do manage to get sponsorship, you'll be back into the same problems.
Yeah. I
mean, there's a very famous one. You've heard of Kiss FM, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, Kiss FM started off as a pirate radio station.
Right, I didn't know that.
And in London, yes. And they found that when they went legitimate, they did actually go legit, that they had a lot of problems because the sponsors said, well, I don't want my adverts being played on dead airtime with some unpopular DJ.
Yeah.
It's no good. If you're deluding yourself that if you do get picked up, you may end up, it turns out, station says, we're going to have to let you go because you only pull in 50 listeners.
Yeah, it's one of them in the age as well, isn't it? The age of DJs as well, you know what I mean? A lot of them doing it are in the 40s, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they want young blood, really. Same as anybody else wants young blood,
I mean, the other thing is as well, you find with a lot of these DJs, they'll say things like, oh, we've got Marky B who worked for BBC Radio Outer Hebrides. Is it not just a legion of the damned of people that have just been rejected?
Yeah. I think you might maybe onto something there, kind of thing. If they're going to do it and you enjoy it, I think there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, Stephen Barlow does them, and he's happy with a small audience, and like we're happy with a small audience,
But it doesn't turn us into megalomaniacs.
No, but there is that danger with anything to do with social media. If you get a few likes, it can send you doolally, where you think you think you're Elvis. You know what I mean? But it's about with all this kind of business, it's about taking it with a pinch of salt and also keeping your feet on the ground, because you can get carried away with it and then forget who you really are.
And doing what you enjoy doing, I think as well. But I mean, I do think that if anybody wants to get on with internet radio, I would say you need to go the pirate route, and then you're going to get the the ITC. They're going to be on your back. I think it's the ITC who go around and try and catch you. It's a game then. It's a cat and mouse game.
Yeah, I suppose so, but you get more notoriety with a pirate radio station, and you get more, which would translate into more publicity, really. You know what I mean?
Well, Tower Blocks did them. They used to play them from Salford, and that Tower Blocks used to have big radio transmitters on them.
Yeah, yeah.
And repeaters. Oh yeah, I mean there was a big famous one. You know, like Dance Movement was in the 90s. There was one called Buzz 88 FM. It was right at the end of your dial. You could only just pick it up in Wigan. But they was giving things like shouts and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
I don't mean shouts like, "Hey, hello to me gran."
Yeah.
You know, there was giving information to events and that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you just sat in your bedroom somewhere with a group of friends. I can't really see it making a star of you. The audience just isn't there, no matter how much you perform. You know, you promote it. Sorry.
There's too many people at it, really.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. To get on, as well as being lucky, you have to have a unique point of sale.
Yeah.
If you're doing the same thing as everybody else, you know, you're on an hard into nothing, really. You know, so.
I think we'll leave it there. It's just one I was thinking about, you know, because yeah, I could understand where it was good, and it's good listening to, you know, not having to listen to something in a foreign language. I mean, when I was in Munich the other year, I ended up listening to Classic like their version of Classic FM, because I couldn't understand language.
Yeah, yeah.
So they do have the place, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to make a star of anybody personally.
No, and we'll leave it there, sir. But don't forget to subscribe to this channel.
Make us stars.
Yes, that's the one. See you later.